We've heard of camera phones, but the Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom takes things to the next level. On one side, a standard Samsung Galaxy phone, on the other, a 10 times optical zoom camera loaded with a xenon flash. So what do we think of the phone in general? Well, we're going to start off by talking about the design, and as you can see, it's a plasticky device all in all, and it's quite bulbous and thick. 15.4 millimeters thick to be precise. This is a full-fledged camera though, so don't be put off by the size if that's what you're after. On the front, you can see a 4.3-inch QHD display. It's not quite as sharp as we'd like it to be, but the Super AMOLED screen tech pops nicely. You've also got a physical home button and a front-facing camera. Up at the top is a 3.5mm headphone jack, while you've got the power button and a two-stage camera button to the right-hand side, not to mention a volume rocker. Down below, there's a flap you can open up, underneath which sits a battery and a micro SIM slot. If we close up the flap, exposed is a micro USB port. To the left side is an odd little white dot. If you wedge your fingernail underneath the side of it, you can actually pull it out. This reveals a tripod thread, so you can thread the Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom onto any tripod out there, making for a very fully fledged camera phone. On the front or back, whichever way you want to look at it, you've also got a twistable ring around the 10 times zoom lens, and as we said, you've got that xenon flash and autofocus assist lamp. When it comes to the user interface, you've got Android 4.2. Samsung covers this with its own touch whiz, which you saw on the Samsung Galaxy S4, and it does look pretty slick. There's no getting around, some of the features are nice to use, and it does feel quite rich for a mid to higher end phone. Having said that, things like the gallery application and various elements feel very sluggish and overbearing, so if you're an Android purist, you might not take to it. Now it's what we've all been waiting for, the camera itself. Power it up and you'll eject that 10 times zoom lens. If you want to zoom, just twist the ring and you can zoom, twist the ring the other way and you can zoom back. It's all pretty intuitive from the offset. You've also got an advanced camera user interface. If you press the mode button, you can see you have a range of shooting modes. Tap on Smart to reveal all the smart shooting modes available to you. If we jump back though, what's really nice about the Galaxy S4 Zoom is the fact that you can tap on Expert, so you can actually have more manual shooting modes. These aren't quite as advanced as on the Samsung Galaxy camera and prosumer cameras out there, but they're definitely more advanced than you'll expect from most compact cameras. As far as the photo quality goes, you can generally expect decent low light performance thanks to the optical image stabilization on board the lens. The full HD video recorded really benefits from the 10 times optical zoom and optical image stabilization on board. Aside from being better than any smartphone out there, it's also better than most compacts. While it hasn't got the widest aperture out there, it still performs well in dim lighting conditions, and the xenon flash saves it at night and at parties. So while it isn't the best camera out there, it certainly is the best camera phone. And all in all, it's very good value for money considering you get two devices in one £450 package. There's 8GB of memory available on the Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom, but only 5 is user available. This is a little bit of a letdown. Some things just have to go on that 5GB of user available memory, so unless you get a micro SD card, you're really going to be struggling. SD card support is up to 64GB though, so that should give you a fair bit of leeway. LTE and NFC separate the Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom from the rest of the pack in terms of connectivity, so you can have tap and go payments and you can have super fast internet on the go, provided you're on the right network. When it comes to performance, the 1.5 GHz processor and 1.5 GB of RAM sort of let things down a little bit. The 16 megapixel camera will produce some large images. You're going to fill up the gallery very quickly, and often it can take a good 30 seconds or so, which is pretty astounding for the gallery to open. Bit crazy for a camera phone. If you're going to use the camera a lot, the battery life is also something of a letdown. It'll last a full day if you're not going to be using it too intensively, but more like 3/4 of a day if you're going to use it as a primary snapper. All in all, we're impressed nonetheless. You've got a phenomenal camera with a 10 times zoom lens, well, camera phone. You've also got a pretty smart smartphone capable of running all the latest Android applications. The experience is a little bit subpar thanks to the screen, the slightly sluggish performance here and there, but for the price, you really do get two devices for the price of one. So that's been the Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom. Good, not perfect, but it's pretty much the only thing like it on the market.